Welcome everybody to TechEd session IIS 112. My name is Stefan Lahr and I'm working for the customer experience and solution area at SAP. Today for the session I have prepared the following agenda. So first of all, I would like to talk about what is SAP Focused Run. Then I would like to come to the use cases in scope so that we all have the same understanding about what is provided with this product and what is also not in this product. And I would like to close the session with the topic, what are the immediate benefits? So showing all the advantages that this product can offer to the customers. Saying that, let's start with what is SAP Focused Run. First of all, Focused Run is not an add-on to the SAP Solution Manager. I still see confusion on customer side regarding this because there are two other products in the markets that are add-ons to the Solution Manager. To name them, there is the Focused Build product and the Focused Insights product. Both of them need the Solution Manager to be installed on top of it, and so they can only be used together with the Solution Manager. SAP Focused Run is not an add-on to Solution Manager, but a completely separated product. So the Solution Manager is not a prerequisite at all, and SAP Focused Run can be installed and operated without having an SAP Solution Manager. From the technology point of view, SAP Focused Run is based on the SAP HANA database. And from the functionality point of view, we speak about a so-called spin-off of Solution Manager functionality. This means that there are several features and functions that you know in the Solution Manager under the area of the run segment that are handling all features and functions that supports an administrator during the operations of a certain landscape. These features and functions we have redesigned, redeveloped, and adapted to play perfectly together with the SAP HANA. And basically, this forms the SAP Focused Run product. Now you could ask, why did we do so? So why did we provide now similar functionality, at least for a specific area of Solution Manager on a new product, on a new architecture? And the reason is that we have seen customer requirements that could not be satisfied with the SAP Solution Manager anymore. These requirements were basically going in two directions. First one, the data volume that should be handled by certain requested functionality. So the Solution Manager has some limitations if this comes to a very high volume of data that needs to be collected and also needs to be evaluated in real time. And the second requirements that we have seen was in regards to amount of connected systems. So there have been coming customers questioning if it's possible to connect 3,000 systems to SAP Solution Manager and do the technical monitoring for this huge landscape. And also there we have seen some limitations that are related to the SAP Solution Manager architecture that would hinder in such scenario to use the functionality with a sufficient performance. We have analyzed all these bottlenecks and we have designed in this new architecture. We have decided to use the SAP HANA as a database and the NetWeaver ABAP stack as the foundation for the SAP Focused Run product. And with this, we were able to come over all the limitations and we could satisfy all the customer requests. So we positioned the SAP Focused Run product as an alternative to the SAP Solution Manager whenever the customer requirements cannot be satisfied with SAP Solution Manager anymore. This is especially important to understand because it is not a successor of the SAP Solution Manager. It is really an alternative that should be taken into consideration whenever the Solution Manager or the features and functions that are offered by the Solution Manager cannot work in the ways that this is satisfying for the customer anymore. In the way to transition the features and functions to this SAP Focused Run product, we also have implemented a lot of other customer feedback. We have also taken care that we automate as many as possible tasks that needs to be done manually on Solution Manager. We have completely redesigned the data gathering infrastructure, so completely new developed agents are available for SAP Focused Run to improve also the stability and to ensure that also in huge dimensions of the landscape, the product would work with a sufficient performance and can be used sufficiently. There are also several improvements regarding the security concept and so on. I will talk about the benefits anyway later at the end of this session. It is anyway a fully operations platform, so you can use it. You can use the SAP Focused Run side by side with the SAP Solution Manager. They do not interfere with each other and they do not interact with each other. And so you can use the features and functions that are provided by SAP Focused Run, and these features and functions that you use on the SAP Focused Run can be turned off on the SAP Solution Manager, and you can anyway continue using the SAP Solution Manager for everything that is not in scope of the Focused Run, like the complete build area, where you find project documentation, change request management, service desk, to just name a few of the functionalities that remain to be on the Solution Manager side. Even if the SAP Focused Run product offers a lot of advantages, there's one disadvantage. This I also don't want to hide here. And this is the fact that everyone who wants to use the SAP Focused Run product has to acquire a sufficient license. And maybe you have also heard that from this year onwards, the Focused Build product as well as the Focused Insights product are covered with the maintenance, so they are practically free of charge, free of license fee. This is not the case for SAP Focused Run. Focused Run remains to be licensed, and this will also not change. Okay, so coming now to what use cases are provided. And the use cases of Focused Run are structured to serve for a modern hybrid landscape consisting of system on-premise side working together with applications in the cloud. The first group of applications we have named Advanced System Management. Here you find applications like the system monitoring, the open component monitoring, job monitoring that works for auto-discovered SAP standard jobs and selected SAP application jobs. You find here the IT calendar application, work mode management, service availability management. We have here fully automated system health checks that you can use as it comes from SAP, but you can also adjust them so that they fit to your landscape. Then we also have license and maintenance certificate management here and the data transfer for maintenance planner. And you also find here the data collection and transfer for the SAP Early Watch Alert and other SAP remote services as it will be available as cloud services. At this point in time, we support them also via SAP Focused Run. The next group of applications is the Advanced User Monitoring. Here you will find practically two applications. One is Synthetic User Monitoring that works completely out of real user activity. This means we are scripting, we are recording a real user activity and let this execute by robots which are installed decentralized in the customer environments. And so we can measure availability and performance from an end user perspective without that real users are involved. In addition, we have here the real user monitoring application that is then really intended to monitor each and every request execution that has been triggered from the real users. So no matter if they are working in the browser, on a desktop PC or on a mobile device, whenever they do a certain click and this click is executed in a component that is connected to Focused Run and enabled for the user monitoring, then you can find out what was the performance of this request execution. The next application group is the Advanced Integration Monitoring. Here we find features that ensure that the connectivity between the systems is given and can be used with sufficient performance, as well as the monitoring of all the integration components. This could be on-premise based like PIPO or cloud-based like SAP Cloud Platform Integration. So we can monitor here message flows end to end. We can say how much portion of the time for message execution has been spent on each of the components that has been involved in the message execution chain here. Surrounded are these core components by the advanced configuration monitoring, where we monitor configuration items and values. You can also predefine the goals that you have in mind for your configuration settings, and you can compare it with the as it is situation so that you find out on which systems you need to get active to bring the configuration to a status that is compliant with your company policy. Then we also have the advanced event and alert management. So basically here, this is a central alert inbox from where the handling of all the events can be triggered automatically or manually. And from here, we can also forward the events to the outside world via SNMP traps or triggering a ticket execution in a third-party ITSM solution. And we also have the advanced root cause analysis features and functions. There we have 3 applications. There is the file system browser that allows to get remote access to certain log files of a monitored system without logging onto the system itself. There is the end-to-end trace, and there is also system analysis available that is based on predefined dashboards that can be fully adapted to your preferences, and shows the most important metrics and KPIs for the technology that you have chosen when you entered in the application, and which of course belongs to your landscape. Over all of this, then we have the advanced analytics and intelligence. In the analytics area, we provide you with cross-use case dashboard functionality, tactical dashboards, and operation control center dashboards that can consist then of data that comes from different monitoring flavors. So you can combine the data from system monitoring with open component monitoring, with real user monitoring, and so on. And in the intelligence area, we provide you with the feature to get a metric forecast in the system monitoring application. So you see the most likely behavior over a selected time frame. And also system anomaly prediction is included for monitored HANA databases. We can find out how likely it is that a certain database runs into a hanging situation or into an out of memory situation. This is the scope of Focused Run. So you see all the features and functions are technically related, are related to the operations side of a system landscape. Not included are the build segments of the solution manager features and functions, project documentation, change request management, service desk. They are not in scope, and they will not come in scope of Focused Run. This brings me to the next section, which is then to speak about the immediate benefits that the customer gets with the SAP Focused Run product. And here I would like to start with the completely reduced technical footprint that gives several advantages. So since you do not have a J2E stake in Focused Run, Focused Run consists only of the NetWeaver ABAP stake and the HANA database. So there is no need to have a J2E stake. There's also no need for a SAP BW, CRM, the DBA cockpit is not necessary, extractor framework is not necessary, and even the system landscape directory is optional. Focused Run communicates with the managed systems only via HTTP, HTTPS. Therefore, it doesn't need RFC communication, native DB communication, or RMIP4 communication, and the corresponding ports can be closed on the firewall. This brings a big plus from the security point of view, plus also the fact that we are using HTTPS communication, which is encrypted from this point of view already, makes it secure and robust also. Then we have the separation of data possible in Focused Run. So in a service provider scenario, a service provider could give access to the central Focused Run to the different clients, and he can ensure via authorization and roles that each of the customer only gets access to systems and data of the systems that are belonging to their organization. From the numbers point of view regarding scalability, performance, data throughput, I would mention here the scalability. It's practically unlimited. We see now customers that have more than 30,000 systems connected to Focused Run and do the system monitoring for the systems. From the automation point of view, we have also invested a lot, and we got achievements by creating a completely new agent. We name it a simple diagnostics agent that acts like a plugin of the SAP host agent. So in fact, the SAP host agent is responsible for the installation, starting, stopping, and maintenance of the simple diagnostics agent fully automatically without manual activities. Then we also have a script available that helps with the automated preparation on the managed system side. So it takes over a lot of tasks that normally would need to be done manually. And Focused Run can also fully automatically react to landscape changes. So we can auto-discover certain changes in the landscape, trigger then the assignment of the certain templates and also the data collection frequency, so that you fully automatically would see then the metrics of a new added instance in the system monitoring UI. Good. With this, I think I'm at the end of the presentation, so I would highly recommend that you go to the lecture session that is directly related to the operation of hybrid landscape with SAP Focused Run. The identifier is IIS 127 for this session. And also, I would like to that you pay attention to how to continue your learning experience. So you find certain resources here at the end of the slide deck where you can then continue to learn about SAP products and to deepen your knowledge and SAP solution skills. With this, I would like to say thank you. Thank you for attending this session, and I hope you enjoy the journey over the different sessions in the TechEd event.